And we are in to the action here. Starting out on Dust2 of all things. Thanks for bearing with us. Just had to get a quick little server swap going. And if you're just joining us now, this match between Guns and sAw is the upper bracket final of this qualifier. sAw would have been expected to be here. Guns, the shock of the quali. And Jurg's about to try and give them a shock. Oh, spots one. Assassination on the next. Got that information, but arrozdoce can't follow it up from lower. Despite all this position, despite all this control, Jurg will give it up. Oh, my goodness, story. This is so cheeky. He's been spotted. How does he even get one out of that? Should have been a dead man. They kept it even, but sAw no longer have the numbers to go on these secret agent missions. What a cheeky pistol round. They pushed everything in towards mid. The only thing they didn't push is long, and Roman from the A site will show us why. They've got a bastion of defense here, and it all falls to SELLTER. Lone man on a mission. Bomb not in his control. He'll have to battle past this site player to get there. First, he's got to cross you Jurgs. With the jump down from Roman. The jump down, the chase. SELLTER making it happen. Comes down to the clutch. Headshot wins it. And it'll be SELLTER to find it.
How does he win that? The bomb's down on catwalk. 1v3. That shouldn't be possible. I mean, how why on so many levels he has to cross to site, exposing himself to CT with no nades. There's 1,000 ways sAw could have played that to win it. But they picked the 1,001st way to lose it.
You're going to be disappointed. Those nades, very effective early on to find some damage. Look at all this damage. Story has a prime opportunity here to absolutely ruin Guns' day. Oh, and he's in the right spot. Smoke. First, what? Another tag. They're all so low. That's a collat! A scout collat! Oh, shish kebabs to weaken players. I think that was a body shot scout collat. I don't even think that was a headshot. That's actually unreasonable. Utiris now going to try and follow it up. They're getting very frisky here in towards long. The question is, does Guns want to keep doing it? Nice kill from Easy. Gonna make this a little bit more comfortable. And now it is just two pistols, and they are quite vulnerable at that. Deagle has to ring out. Roman can't connect. And so despite the early damage, despite how frisky this almost got with the bomb now planted, arrozdoce should be a goner. And he will indeed. Stein with 4 kills to keep that one from getting out of hand.
Certainly could have. They clean up shop. Around as old as time, isn't it? Just go up long. Use your rifles. And that nade was tremendous, but unfortunately the carrier wasn't there to make good on it. This one is just a heavy eco. Nothing too concerning. We haven't seen, obviously, much of Guns, have we? We saw them in the one series yesterday over Sashi. We personally haven't watched them play Dust2, but I could believe they're quite a good Dust2 team. I certainly, with the pieces they have. Give me some Tanier entries. Give me some easy afterplants. I'm here for it.
Good shot. Ooh, the temptation's so there. Jurg knows he's dead if he goes through this. Flashbang's brilliant, though. Nice setups early. They're making this very costly, considering it's just pistols going in. That one flash used to perfection. And now look at the health again. The bodies are dropping. Oh, my goodness. Could this be the round? They couldn't get it done with the scouts, but now look at where Jurg is. Look at where he is, Alan. He's outside of long. There's still a player back spawn, but it's Stein, and he's so low. So this P250 might as well be a deagle.
Oh my!
And there it is. And now Easy is stuck. Easy is so stuck. Oh, they didn't go for the pinch. And he's aware. He's aware of the car player, but look at the damage. Look at the damage Roman even got off of that. I can't believe
if he
this.
goes B.
Utiris has the read. Utiris is the read. Utiris somehow has predicted this. And now he's going to try and chase this down, but he's probably not expecting Jerks to be right here. No, he is! How on earth has he converted that?
You know, I can criticize Saw on the pistol, but that round wasn't. They double peaked him at the end, and he still. I mean, maybe the doors player could have swung a bit sooner, but that still shouldn't have been possible. What's just happened? The gun should have lost that round, and it was a full eco for Saw.
Yeah.
This game is everything I wanted it to be.
It's already cooked, and we're 3 rounds in, it feels like. And now the guns are going to come out. We've got the AWP for Story. We've got everything you could possibly want for SAW. They know they've massively softened up this economy. Guns have to convert here, or they're going to be off to a little bit of a weird start, even though they have the 3-0.
Bit of a pause. You know, of course, we had a few server problems coming into this. So, fingers crossed. Those wires aren't still crossed, so we don't still have problems.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed indeed. Man, I am actually so surprised that Easy expected the player to be on the other side of double doors. I mean, he knew Jerks was out towards long. But I'm surprised that he predicted that they both would have rotated to deal with the mid presence. Reminder, he had 36 points of health as well. If they'd connected a single headshot, it would not have mattered what he expected.
It's been a few rounds already where you couldn't actually script the result any better. It's just so many layers to it, so many ebbs and flows, and even the dink there on Car was just perfection. Oh. You know, as we said coming into this series, for the Guns guys, they can only win this series even if they lose. Like, what do you want? They've already beaten 2 of the best teams in this qualifier, and isn't it such a fun storyline? Especially, I mean, obviously we saw the game yesterday. That Nuke game, some of the rounds they were winning was just absurd. It's so much fun to watch these guys at the moment. They are true entertainers.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how sustainable it's going to be, but I am so intrigued. I'm just along for the ride at this point. This is the big test. Now SAW have guns, ironically.
Okay.
If you're SAW in that USP round, you also have to just been laughing after how well it was going.
Yeah, that's an important round for someone like Barry actually to step in after, and they would have been a bit frustrated not to win it, but they did so much damage that you've got to see the positives in that. This is a very slow default for Guns. They need to start figuring out how they want to end this round. They've done a lurk smoke off Catwalk towards A, and actually with Saw playing off A, this might flush them a little bit. Thought they might clear mid, but they haven't just yet. Saw have got to make a move. They're giving a lot of ground here, and they don't really know what's going on.
Roman. Oh, gets checked. I'm ready for it. And now Story completely caught off guard. Was in transition and can't escape. Despite the early man advantage, this could get disastrous. Mutiras collects one on the cross. Molotov gonna force him out of position, make him uncomfortable. You Jerks the pop up and the headshot out of Tanir. Bomb's going down. This one's going back and forth pretty rapidly, but at this point, on the outside looking in, and with that re-smoke, this is such a risk with the new box to boost yourself up, and yeah, Mutiras tries it, instantly realizes he's not gonna have a good time. And they will both be escorted into the afterlife.
It's quite a fun set play, isn't it? Add along, get to the late round, then explode out with set nades. They missed their smoke. They threw a smoke from outside along, as in the nearer T spawn. They threw one all the way to the A site, between the A site and the wall, where you'd cross from long proper towards the site, and it landed on the roof. Luckily, somebody spotted it and improvised, and it was fine. But that could have got a bit sketchy. All okay, though. And it's Saw back on the half-by. Of course, Guns, with the previous eco still in their mind. Surely, we need to play this on a bit safer.
I just want to see another scout flat. Is that too much to ask, Alan? Your body shish kebab.
I mean, if it was a Guns Aurora game, I'd say you're gonna get it.
See who's on site. You jerks with the CZ. So if he gets mollied, he's in a lot of trouble. Utiris with the Deagle gonna try and distract, hide the fact that you jerks is here. Roman out towards long as well. If they lose the sight, that CZ is just not gonna be fun. Roman rings off a shot. A lot of this is just to hide the fact that Jerks is on site, which he's done beautifully. And now Jerks can strike. Only found the one. Could have been way worse. Guns still losing bodies, but they've gained the sight. They've got the advantage. That could have been a lot friskier.
Roman's really early. They might not expect him.
Oh, it still might be a problem. Yeah, anything other than a CZ. A P250 gets that kill.
Do they know the HP?
It doesn't matter. He's got no armor. He's got the chance to save the op, right? He's so far out of position with no kit. Not going to risk it.
I was so sure you Jerks was going to get 2 or 3.
I know, right?
That
the
position
molly
with,
goes
with
towards
a CZ,
Goose. Oof.
that range, it might be the best gun in the game at that range. And then they were so hyper-focused on well, they thought it was either Goose or on the ramp proper, the other player. They weren't even thinking about mid-sight.
I will say it's super interesting to me to see, what did we have, 2 or 3 CZs in that round? Because I do just feel like, as much as some people still like the CZ, I do not think there's an argument for it being better than the 5.7. I think in that position with the 5.7, it gets 2.
Situational.
If the player out towards long is a 5.7, that's a kill.
It's a bit like if the M4 and the MP9 were the same price.
Yeah.
Like the MP9 at 1 meter range is the better gun, but there's a lot of Counter-Strikes to be played at different ranges.
It's just, yeah. I think, yeah. Opportunity cost of not having a 5.7, it's just too much. I know you can have both of them on your loadout now. But, by the 5.7.
That'd be something if you could have 2 pistols at once. Switch between them.
Deagle and a CZ.
I'm
I'm trying to think of what combination would actually be. It'd just be the CZ and other guns. CZ USB,
Probably.
I guess.
I'd like to see somebody actually make the R8 work with a second sidearm. That'd be amazing.
I think JL's been breaking it out recently.
He's a contrarian. Is that a boost, or did it easy just really just take a pot shot?
No, that wasn't a boost. That was all the way back through doors, I think. The op's been retrieved. Ooh. That was close. Very close indeed. Arrozdoce will connect it up. Commits in off the Molotov. Oh, looking to get even friskier. The hop up. The smoke's out. Alert smoke. Oh, he spots. Yeah, just a matter of time there. Really took the risk, bet on himself, and not a bet he could pay out. This should be settled business. At this point, Mutiris and Roman need to save their guns going forward. And look, some of these rounds have been crazy. Some of these rounds have been close, but the end result is Guns is out to 6 off the rip here on Dust2.
Just checking actually Saw's results on this map. They played it 5 times post player break. That's the summer player break, so middle of July. They've won it 4 times, and they lost it once to Vitality at Cologne. beating the Sinners, and the Mongols being the biggest team they've beaten. So, it doesn't seem like a bad map for them. They clearly don't pick it a lot. I mean, they don't play it a great deal, but to be down 6-0, I wouldn't have expected that. Same CS we saw yesterday from Guns, where it's reasonably simple.
Yeah.
There's nothing crazy going on. There's even individually no massive outplays they're going for. It's just small moves here and there, fairly standard defaults, and they're causing everybody problems at the moment.
And oodles of ability, it seems. The biggest surprise has definitely been easy. Stein as well has been phenomenal. We expect some of it from Tenier and SELLTER. We've seen it before, but these guys are coming out of nowhere.
There becomes a point, Saw, where you throw so many nades that I think Guns know what you're doing.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's like... It's what I said earlier about inviting. It's like, how... don't you want them to come mid? Or if you want to get out of your setup, give it up. That was a bit of a mess for Saw. And this round is cooked, like so many others have been.
It was kind of a repeat of some of the pistol round aggression. And so once all those nades come out, Guns kind of knew what to expect, it felt like. And again, you're in a situation where you just have to save these.
I was a bit surprised, actually, that Saw came and fought for the control. Guns came and fought for the control against Saw. I think a lot of teams would be like, well, if you're doing this much mid, I don't think there's more than one on B. And just send it. But equally, they seem to do a lot of good work there. They caught players out in the open. It's going to be 7-0. See if can save both these guns. Roman wins that with the shadow advantage. They definitely should pause. I'm pretty sure they will buy, because Ujerks has the money enough to buy himself in the following. But we need rounds, Saw. We need changes. We need to find the root of these problems.
No pause just yet. There it is. There it is. Barry getting his piece in. Having the conversation. Hey, gang. What's going on? Interestingly, as well, language-wise, right? Obviously, Barry, not Portuguese. So what they do is, during tax, during pauses, during round break time, they all speak in English. Yes. And then mid-round, they common Portuguese.
It makes sense. It's not a terrible way to do it. I'm sure for Barry in round, and obviously on LAN, it's even less of a problem. But I'm sure the call-outs are fairly close, and you'll learn pretty fast.
Yeah, he said that he's gotten to the point already where he can mostly follow their calls. Like, obviously, he couldn't call alongside them, but he can follow what's happening in the round so that he can then, like, diagnose problems with communication.
I mean, a lot of communication in Counter-Strike is pretty... you have the names of all your defaults and your set stuff.
Yeah.
You have your positional names, and then you call numbers for where the other team is. It's kind of what the whole game boils down to.
It's a super interesting one, right? Because it just wouldn't have been the natural marriage you would have expected. A Portuguese team and Barry, a Danish coach who has also worked internationally. But...
I do wonder how they got in cahoots.
I think I'm trying to remember what the exact story was. Basically, they were looking for coaches, and they did a trial run with him, or a stand-in run with him, or something along those lines, and really liked what he was bringing to the table. I mean, he's got a good mind for it, right? We've seen it with a lot of different rosters before, with the Sprout run for sure. I know he was very respected.
I also remember his previous teams back in the day. Played so many years at Counter-Strike.
So they're happy to have him. Utirius less happy to have a bullet to the face. Presence in towards mid. That's a weird smoke, and yeah, Jerks pushes it. Jerks feels the opportunity. Oh, but he can't get that nade off.
They need to go back B. They read the round right, They read the round right. They killed an A player, and that's why they went from B back to A. But now that you recognise they killed a B player, well, you can go either way now. It's one apiece. They know it. They know it's one apiece on the sides.
That's the bomb, though. That's the bomb. That's what that was why Story came off the site. He got the comm that the player outside along was the bomb and isolated. Now there's just nothing. They can't win this.
Hide.
Just run. Just run, Story. You don't have to hold this line. Can they get back, even if they retrieve the C4? No, he's now realized it. He's now realized it. They literally do not have time for the plant. They have to run him down. So it is a foot race, and it is a foot race that Story should win and will. And he'll even keep the op to boot. Finally saw get a round on the board, and it's due to an isolated bomb carrier and a quick maneuver from Story.
That was a really difficult round to mid-round for Guns. I'll cut them a lot of slack. There was a lot going on there. It's very easy from where I'm sat to say, okay, you've killed a player on this side, go that direction. Yeah, and if they had more time to make decisions, they would never have sent the bomb alone. The bomb would have come up catwalk or something.
Yeah,
and joined the teammates. But yeah, it happens. It's Counter-Strike. And quick pause here. They shouldn't be that despondent. SAW, they don't have any money. They are Greece levels of broke. They have nothing. I'm allowed to say that because I am a bit Greek, so.
There you go.
Comes with the territory. Shout out to my Drachma OGs.
I'll leave that one to you. We're on the B probe here. I've been on a bit of a Greek mindset. I was reading a book. Interesting. It's called Circe. And it's sort of a first-person perspective of the mythological figure Circe. So an interesting,
okay, as in like in the head in the moment.
Yeah, like from her perspective.
Yeah.
You know, of a goddess of divinity. It's interesting, very interesting.
I don't think I know her very well. What's the?
She's the witch in the Odyssey who turns Odysseus's men into pigs.
Ah.
And then he has to like ward her off and convince her to turn them back.
How do you spell it? Is it CIRCE?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know you're not.
Yeah.
Have you read the book by Madeline Miller? Famous book about her. They might be it.
I think that might be it.
See, great minds.
Yes, that is the book. That is the book that I was reading. It was good. Have you read it?
Yeah, I have. Not for a while, though.
Nice shot from Story. Cheris claimed. And he's still here, out towards long. These late long lurks. Roman has come to expect them, and he's ready for it. Bomb's ticking away, but look at the health on easy. It really has to be time to make the big play. He's ready for it. He's ready for the next peak. Great anticipation of where the next fight's going to come from. And they've not really got the utility to flush him out, so they have to do it with the guns, and they're not going to be able to do so. Stein mowing them down. Monstrous round from him. And Story going to have to sit back on his haunches and let this round get away from them. SAW's a one-round win, completely isolated off of a massive three-piece hold from Stein.
I've seen it too many times for it not to be a trend for this team. They win so many 50-50 situations. So many. That one was bonkers. The lineup on the ramp players. SAW being the ramp players. Nothing's going their way, whereas Guns, even in the rounds they make close, you know, they're getting them over the line, or they lose one round, but they kill so many players that the money's a disaster. This is a horrid map so far for SAW.
Yeah. Honestly atrocious. But, I mean, to be fair to them as well, it does feel like had some months. Every time it
Yeah, I
feels
don't
like
think they're playing that bad.
purchase.
Their macro's quite good.
Yeah, it's just every time they're going to get a purchase, someone pulls out. Oh, okay, that's bad. That was bad. I'm sorry. That's, we didn't see it from his perspective, but that should be a bang-on shot. arrozdoce making up for it with the deke, but can't follow it up. Now the op does Story know that one's already crossed.
SELLTER's in
Condensed?
CT.
What? What is happening in this round now? They can't get the bomb out, so they're waiting for SELLTER. Now SELLTER's found one, but he is traded through the smoke. Easy? Excuse me? All right, it's all in the Roman. It's all in the Roman. I don't know what has happened with this round. I don't know how guns are in a 1v2. But I do know Tanir has got that shot.
They managed to... They split the site, but they left 2 lurkers. And SELLTER walked through their mid-to-B smoke. In the midst of all of that. Well, the good news is that they would have got... I mean, that was a lot of economic loss. They're so deep in the half that... And they've got so many rounds. Frankly, it might not matter whatsoever. Story here hasn't had a massive impact, has he, in the last 3 or 4 rounds? At least whilst the rounds have been live. Before we get into saving territory. So guns have been rebuffed for a moment by some util, but now they're going to go. Flashes galore over the top. Roman not actually too badly blinded, but that late flash is crucial. Where's the trade? Roman's still alive. Looking at the bottom of the pit, but that is not correct. How is Roman not dead? Finally, he's failed.
Feels like they just lost track of him, but fortunately for them, there's only so many bullets in an A1S magazine. arrozdoce, though, he's got an A4! And he's also in a 1v3. Not ideal. They've got plenty of time.
I guess they call it SAW in transition because you can see the mini-map. SAW didn't lack for numbers.
No.
It had 4 players.
No, yeah. It feels like that's happened a lot with SAW, where just like the timing has just been brutal for them.
There is an element where when you play enough, you know, elite level Counter-Strike, you get used to the ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's why I think teams like, you know, Monty with their older lineups and maybe even Aurora when they play their best, they're so dangerous because they just, you know, they baffle the mind of what they do, but in some ways that's the greatest strength.
Tanir will come in for the finishing blow there. There are no survivors. There is nothing taken forward, and there is only one final round, as this has been just an absolute curb stomping coming through from guns.
Before I forget, have you read what's it called? A Song of Achilles?
Yeah, her other book?
Yeah,
I have not.
that one is a better book.
Oh, really? I'm curious then, because actually I'd been recommended Song of Achilles from Maui.
Yeah, very good.
And then I found Circe in the bookstore and gave that a whirl first. I enjoyed it very much, so I guess I'll have to pick up Song of Achilles. Mutiris on fire, still getting some damage, still getting a kill, setting up another potential assist as well, maximizing the position. Got the bodies here, but as we've seen before, that doesn't always guarantee much of anything at all. Jerks on the edge of this smoke. He finds the one, looking for more, can't quite do it. But he'll survive at the very least. And look at the damage. Look at the health for these remaining guns players. CLO. Nice kill into arrozdoce. Gandalf Molotov, very effective through the smoke. And Jerks catches a shot to the dome. It's a dominant half, and we'll be right back.
Okay, we're back in. We're underway. And sAw. Wasting no time. Out long, 5 players. Have some control. A molly on a pistol round is something to behold. And Xylo here. Brother, you are lucky to be alive. Not for long. Finally felled. Quite telegraphed into this round, and for that reason, Guns have all their players over. But knowing it and stopping it are 2 different things.
Most decidedly. Oh, they're up on towards the site. That's a great shot from Jerks. Can get a little more implicated here. SELLTER, though, with the answer. Bomb should be plantable. Oh, they know. They know. They're ready for the car. What? 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 Quickly? Okay. All right. I don't know what to say about that one. Wow.
Map 2, baby. This is over.
A jumping
Oh my
dually
lord.
headshot. The full Kukli. Oh boy.
They're just so audacious with what they do. They're actually making like these other teams, despite being, you know, vastly more experienced, play so scared.
Yeah, I mean, the things that they're doing are just feel impossible. The no scopes yesterday from Easy, the jumping dually headshots from Stein today. This team it boggles the mind, and I think sAw are finding themselves quite boggled by this one. Last try here. Stein's going looking. Does he clear the tight corner? Nope, he will not. Clear deep enough, and arrozdoce turns that into 2. Here we go. Finally an opportunity, but there's already a flank. Already a flank. The timing on this, you can't get away. They expected a player on site. There's no one to be had. Instead, now it's a battle back from the catwalk to try and close this out here and now. The bomb's ticking away. More conservative team might back off at this point, try and play the long game, but this is not that team. And CLO shows why. 2 more kills, all that stand between them and glory. 2 kills and a defuse. Flash through the smoke for SELLTER, and they can't get it done. Nice 2-piece from Story, and at least for the moment, sAw do stay fighting.
They've already lost this map. This is just about saving face. Playing some Counter-Strike before we go on to their pick. That'll be Anubis map 2. So, they are mortal. We've learned that about Guns. For those that haven't watched much of the qualifier before this, Guns beat NIP in their opening game, winning both their map picks. Both their map wins handedly. Then they beat Sashi, who maybe a bit lesser known, but nonetheless are one of probably the 3 favourites for this qualifier with Nip, Sashi, and sAw. They're dispatched, and they're about to smash sAw on the first map. That is... They actually couldn't have had a harder route.
No. Unreal. We were questioning, you know, the Cinderella story. They're going to turn into a pumpkin, and at least for now, pixie dust does not run out. The fairy tale will not be over. There's still a lot of magic in these guns. Bombs going down.
5-man save?
Seems like it.
I mean, damage is meaningless. There's no point.
I mean, if you manage to contain all 5 of them.
Yes, if you... Yeah, well... Sure. Equally, sAw doesn't need to fight this very much. Just
no.
More worried about saving their guns.
They've got the long control. They maintain the bomb, make sure that it's not going to happen. Keep the guns alive.
It's also... The other thing about Guns so far is I do think Easy and Tanir have been the through line, but today, I mean, he's had his moments, but he hasn't done this in any of the other games yet.
No, yeah, this is a pop-off. Beyond all pop-offs. Obviously, you know, the jumping dually might be what sticks in our mind, but for a couple of these big multi-kills in defensive sites, turning around man disadvantage rounds, that just made all the difference here on Dust2.
Alright, rock and roll, baby. I mean, guns are buying next round, whatever happens, so why not throw the whole kitchen sink right at these Portuguese boys. Trying to crunch the tunnels, but not to much avail, at least on the mid side. SELLTER finds one, but the gig is up, and sAw should be a very easy mid-round call just to run up onto A.
Helps when you hit that shot, too. You jerk, snappy on these entries. You know the other fun through thread of Barry and sAw, Alan, is you may remember a certain game that I remember very fondly from the no longer existent ESL Pro League conference. Our first game watching FTW.
Of course, that was Sprout, wasn't it?
With you jerks and arrozdoce and Story, actually, as well at the time. They started off in a match against Sprout. They got dominated. It was either a 13-0 or it would have been a 16-0 at the time, or a 16-1. You jerks not only didn't have a kill in a half, he went negative because he had a team kill. And then in the second half pistol, they ran a bait setup just to get you jerks a kill. They won that pistol, immediately got reset and lost the map. And then proceeded to reverse sweep this series, coming out of nowhere as the lowest seeded team at the tournament, to topple sAw, make it all the, to topple Sprout, and make it all the way through the event to qualify to the Pro League.
So what you're saying is there is precedent for sAw to get bodied on the first map.
All I'm saying is
they
got some tenacity. They do not say quit. Easy, though, is going to show them how to say it. He's a pronunciation expert. Trying to assist.
Okay. This round isn't necessarily that easy for the CTs. They don't have an AWP. They don't have much nades. It's Dust2, so they're completely separated on the sides. sAw has options. I know they've killed a player long. I'm not sure if they've had eyes on the mid-cross the entire time or not. A is the right side to go to at the moment. I'm going to send Story in first to probe. Again, there's no AWP on the defense. They've seen easy with a rifle. So let Story do his work. Try and find a pick. Can't connect. Should be a bomb plant, though, at a minimum.
Bomb's now down. Who's going to be the hero to keep
I love this
game
course command
going?
along. It's so good.
They can expect Meteors to be here on the edge. Nade's over, but they're not popping the smoke with them to jump around. CeeLo expecting it, but Meteors ready. Maybe a little overzealous. And now Story connects. It all falls to Tenier. This retake has just fallen completely apart. They had the right idea. They had an idea that someone might be on the edge of that smoke, but they just could not nail down Meteors. He's out of time. He doesn't have a kit. There's no chance. It is sAw surviving, living to fight another day.
It's quite incredible. So they naded the corner just behind the wall, expecting a player to be anti-flash. In hindsight, and I think in general in CS2, I think you're always better off just nading the smoke. And if they had naded smoke, they would have won the round and the map. So, bit of a shame. Obviously, they've got massive leeway here. They're still in a tremendous position, but being made to work for this. And that's for sure. That was 4v2 as well. What have we got? A bit of a half buy. Pistols, saved AK in the mix too. Getting very aggressive up mid. Actually walked past me, Tyrus and arrozdoce. And oh my lord, this is getting spicy.
It is indeed. He's connecting, finding that damage. Edge of the smoke. Just enough cover for CeeLo to get away with that found rifle. I don't think they realize Tenier's still here. They don't realize Tenier's still here. He strikes at the perfect time. SELLTER's gone, though. 2-on-2. Tenier knows he can't back away. It's all about the headshots. He's got headshots galore. 1v1. Dig v AK. Story and Stein, the two strongest performers for their team on this map, going head-to-head for the fate of Dust2.
You'd think Sadime here would want to root over some guns. But it's going to be mid. He's not exposed. Story making noise.
Did he hear
Game
him?
peaks just too late. It's going to go to an after plant.
Story might not expect him to be this close, though. Being conservative with it. Gets the smoke up. Stein coming through said smoke. Oh, serves up on a silver platter. Right into the crosshair of Story. A 4K. Somehow, some way, he is going to keep their pulse alive here on Dust2. Keep them chugging away round by round.
It is worth saying that was a half buy for guns. Almost. They are knocking on the door of sending us to Anubis in the lead. It's got to come soon is the way I'm feeling at the moment. But in MR12, leads get evaporated. Ooh. A little bit quicker than we used to. Must have been around a while at least. Okay, some nadies on long. Saw choose to give it. Right move. They didn't need to fight it. The guns have that control at least. Settle into some pretty standard setups.
Was he going to push in? Oh my goodness. Playing the fade right now, but I'm going to go all the way. I'm getting frisky. It's Roman on the other side. It'll back off. I'll think better of it. Not push into the long house. Give in to that temptation. Timing is everything here. Tanir. Oh, he hears Mutiris, but he's waiting on the timing. Easy finds the first connection. Such a weird fight here. Story's connected, and it is Tanir who figures out Mutiris first. Roman, though, winning that long duel, now sets up a post plant. The bomb will go down. There's not a lot of utility for this retake. There's not a kit either. Well, this is a tough ask of guns. Smoke popper, a little bit deep, but good damage off of that HE. Great value. And Story now connecting on that AWP. Again, just keeps stacking up the numbers. He's nearly caught up to Stein. Found his 20th kill. Fueling this comeback bit by bit off the might of that off.
Okay, that's 6 in a row. Still a hefty distance to go, but we're certainly in the territory where I think guns should start pausing and taking every fully fledged gun round very seriously. Okay.
Oh boy.
This kid.
Unreasonable. And of course he goes back for a reswing and gets dropped by the op. The giveth and taketh.
I am going to enjoy watching this player over the next year or so. You can just tell sometimes that somebody can do something incredible.
Long's been completely conceded. Saw will take this base for free. Guns are opting to go for some cat aggression instead, which may net them the information. But means they're going to be very out of position to deal with this. Extremely out of position to deal with this. Tanir is very fortunate he didn't die here, as his gamble has left a massive gap for sAw to waltz through, and waltz they shall. Tanir, though, okay, he's going to charge admission.
No.
What? Not this. No! This is the round? This is the round? It's all falling apart! Guns convert off the broken buy, off of pistols and scouts, and what on earth?
They just... they really are the most bonkers team.
Madcap. Madcap.
Maybe I've ever
Absolute
seen.
madness.
I mean, Can you
Just say goodbye.
Okay, thanks for bearing with us there, folks. We are finally live and in the server and ready for the fun to commence. It's Anubis. Need to see a whole lot more out from sAw, and it's going to be you jerks trying to get the party started as the cave player. Story, though, will be taking the brunt of this contact. He will strike. But Udric's cleaned up. It's up to Tanier to see if he can't do more. His teammates are mostly using him as a distraction. He's done so to great effect. He's staying alive at that, and sAw just walking out on towards A. Little disjointed here. I'm a bit confused by what they were trying to do there, Alan.
There's two sides to this team. I mean, sometimes their stuff looks incredible, but equally, thin line, genius, insanity, all that. Maybe the idea was to pull a load of rotations, and then I don't know, man. I can't add it up myself. Easy doesn't clear all the way in. Oh, what? What?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
What?
Oh no. It's all falling apart. This was the grand master plan. This was the whole scheme, was to lose to arrozdoce. Apparently, as they both drop into his crosshair, they had free reign of the server. But they choose the duel and they land right in the one spot that could cost them. Okay, so we haven't seen them play this map in this qualifier yet. They have played a fair chunk of it recently, though, in that other EPL, including in the grand final earlier today. But we have not seen it. Trying to run some presence down here out towards A main, but sAw are going to be able to get the smoke down. arrozdoce with the response.
Very slow build up here. What have we got? One molly on the U-jerks. Second molly on B who's just been dispersed behind the lurk smoke. Guns will split this site. U-jerks. Ooh, just about gets it off, but they're out in front. They're out in front. His head is removed. Oh my. Guns overwhelmed. And sAw, I think they should just consider a save. This is not going to happen.
Oh,
that could have been a double
that's
kill
not
if
your
he
best
hit it.
typifier. Nade bouncing back towards you. Story's really giving this a look. Story is really giving this a look, but with the damage, I mean, they might vaporize when the bomb goes off, but they're still going to have the round win, and that's ultimately going to be what matters. They don't know, but oh, they figured it out. Okay. I was going to say, an ankle might have been sticking out there. There's enough to tempt Mutiris back in. He will lose his life. But the force by win is going the way of guns. So the madness from Dust2 doesn't seem like it's going to abate anytime soon. Guns are bringing it right back into the action.
Well, that was a disaster economically for sAw. And we often say, but winning those reset rounds is better than winning pistol. As the economic virtues you're afforded are enormous. Two rifles here for sAw. You just get the opener. That's the bomb as well. Oh my lord. What is happening?
Madness, apparently, is what is happening. We did see a full USP round yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Story! Just gonna seal the deal on this one. It's just one man with a MAC-10. MAC-10 and a dream. And now an AK and a dream. He'll dream big! And his dreams will net him a kill. 4 more, though, seems unlikely. There's no real reason to overface it for sAw. They know they've got the setup to defend the bomb. You know, there's no other route for him to get towards that bomb. For those reasons, this one should be done and dusted. The question is, how much can sAw bring through? They're coming looking. There's still time. Gotta be careful here. It's not done just yet, though that will finish this particular chapter.
Well, having watched some Aurora games, we're used to this. It's nothing new. This at least feels like there's a bit more rhyme and reason within the rounds at the moment. So, what have we got? 2 AKs still in play. Could definitely go for some sort of contact play. They'll almost certainly know there's no warp out for Story, so very valid approach. And look at this, AKs lead the way. arrozdoce is in trouble. Does well there to get off the smoke, and then take a smidge of damage. So he's going to hold the AKs at bay for now. And I think Guns need to make some hard decisions about what to do next. What is the next move?
Jerk's jiggling. Although it might be a little deep, actually does force a player into him, which is all well and good until you get a headshot. Trouble on now for Roman. He's got teammates rotating in. He's trying to stall this out. Expecting a B main play. There is none to be. Everyone is bunched up in the cave and now bottled up. They will be corked.
It's got absolutely chewed up there in the crossfires. And, of course, important for sAw that they do emerge victorious from the Force by Wars. This one will be a heavy eco. From the Guns squad. Of which they have made quite a few close in this series, to give them credit.
Yes. It's kind of just one of those teams where it doesn't really matter what they have in their hands. It feels like there might just be a little bit of chaos injected into the round, so we're gonna watch it. But it seems like sAw are up to the task. They're dispatching of a couple of these players without issue. There is that one Deeg. Hoping for a long-range engagement. Chance to pop the headshot. The push out of A main should bring this one to a close. There's the Deeg shot, but the nade to finish. Don't have to deal with the Deeg peek if you nade him out.
Okay. It's not perfect nades, is it, for Guns? Never is on this sort of round. Still got 5 smokes, but lacking the Molotovs. It's coming very handy for taking dark control, E-box control, whatever you want to call it. They love using this lurk smoke towards B, and actually they're going to play off it this time. Tinia tries to walk through, tries to make a play. Jerks has seen that before, and he punishes.
Oh, the spacing towards mid, though. This is going to be a problem. They can bring someone back around from Temple. This could work, but a smoke's going to isolate one end of this crossfire, so Mutiris is going to have his hands full. Is there a flashbang for this? Trouble if they do. No, dry peek. And so Mutiris Punish for the one. Trade is there, but now information given over. They know where they're headed. That doesn't help you when you get headshot. A full face, a full commit, and now a bomb site available. Ability to cover off their trails, though. arrozdoce has beaten them a little bit on this timing. Molotov's late. Bombs being planted safe from the cave, but arrozdoce doesn't care. It all falls to SELLTER here. Story seems to have a read, but he's reading the wrong book. There we go. Confirmation of the player's position. Okay. A miss with the op. Corrected with the USP. He's SAW with 5.
Good recovery, because that looked tremendously scary. As guns are barreling in through a temple. Still, though, U-Jerk's opener. There's a lot of work towards winning that round. And it isn't actually a bomb plant for guns, so with a plant they would have fully bought here. Instead, they are... I don't know what they've done, Mike. 3 of them are full bought and 3 of them are half buying. Sorry. No, yeah. Nah, stick with it. Why not? 6 points.
Yeah. Pretty much. Add an extra guy. That would help. That would certainly help. They might need that help in this round. Cielo has given them an opportunity. Another bomb plant would be very nice here. That seems like it's bang on. Nade to chase, nade to harass. arrozdoce pulling out the nades in an awkward spot, and now suddenly, look what we've got. A catastrophe. As is, that nade SELLTER can bear the brunt of, but Story's just going to have to save. He's backing off. That'll be a second on the board for guns. Looked a little tentative at times. They catch the mistakes out from sAw, and now here we go. Story, why? Why? What?
Save. Just go ahead.
I don't really understand. I mean, the urge for one more exit feels a little bit foolhardy there, and he's certainly punished for it.
U-Jerk's needed a gun. He needed an extra gun to be saved. Yeah, that actually reminds me a lot of the last round of Dust2. A lot about it. These guns guys are very good when they play with pace. And especially on a map like Anubis, we know how hard holding that B site can be. Okay, so pause for sAw. This is because they have to invest all their money. Sort out this buy, discuss what can be done. Maybe there was a mistake in the last round that sAw wants to Barry wants to rectify. Of course, they should be speaking English at the moment. We're in the freeze time.
English, what's the English for you guys messed up? Wait, I
can't say that on broadcast.
Look, the end result, though, is 5 rounds already stacked up as a decent CT side. The problem is, after the absolute drubbing they got on Dust2, if you're sAw, you're going to want this to be dominant. Wash that taste out of your mouth.
Counter-Strike's a lot about capitalizing on the opportunities you get, so I think sAw will recognize that if this game gets closer later on, they might have made a big blunder. B site, heavily pressured. A lot of util in response. We'll see if the terrorists are going to fully respect this. Certainly the main side has to, but this dark prong, pretty amped up to take some fights.
That's a nice shot. Jerks knew there were players there. Tick of the Molotov gave it away, but couldn't find the kill. And speaking of the tick of the Molotov, Roman loses track of himself a bit there. And Mutiris, I don't know if he was sticking out that smoke or if that was a spam, but either way, that should spell the end of this one. And the end of the finances for sAw. Saving these 2 guns will make it a little bit better, but this is going to be a save in the next. So this half of Counter-Strike is very much back on.
Alrighty. So, Anubis Round certainly could act like a catalyst for Guns to re-establish themselves. And of course, SAW, the finances are weak. They'll have to eco this round. See how they choose to deploy Story and arrozdoce here. You can get aggressive and try and win the round, or you can be a bit more cautious and, well, probably, well, at least gives them a high chance of ensuring the AWP is safe through again, because they will not have the money to purchase one should they lose this. Looks like Story was going for the form. He's trying to do one of those mid peaks, and he gets caught through the smoke. That AWP is also out in front. Gutierrez sprinting up to try and recover it. And a great piece of mid-rounding here, because Guns, knowing so much was going on in mid, just speed up on B. There can't be many players around, can there?
How fast the turns table. Seems to be the way SAW are feeling right now. Roman sprinting away. Oh, and that's the last set of armor gone. That's another gun out of there. Roman chased out. Can Gutierrez win this game of hide and seek?
I don't think he can. There's a lot of players coming for him.
Has to get this kill. Oh! Yeah! Saved by the ammo! Saved by the ammo! What? There's only so long it can keep him alive. Get an investment in the next, but there should be no op to go along with it. And SAW I found their fortunes in a very different favor now. You've let Guns heat up. The barrel is hot now. You got a lot to contend with here.
Yeah.
No kit, no op.
See if they adjust as well. They've lost a lot of rounds on B. The past 4 or 5. Look at this. 3B starts. You jokes seem to be lining up some nades. I think some aggression is coming. Flashbang is through. It's incredibly simple, but it works. The Molotov onto the ramp prevents any players swinging for a trade. Perfect. 5v3, 5v2, sorry. Job done.
That is the way you'd like it to go. Job does seem pretty done. We've seen some of these rounds get away from them, though, especially back on Dust 2. That makes it easier. SELLTER not clearing deep into the corners. Bomb given up. This time has to come this way. And he won't really get a chance to get started here. Clean as can be. That's exactly what you wanted to see if you're in the SAW camp. Now they've got the money to play out the end of this half. There's 2 more rounds. 6 rounds is a great showing for a defensive side already, so everything they can stack on here, just gravy, baby, for Anubis. Are you a gravy guy, Alan?
I think you have to be. Have to be as a Brit. I'm not quite the gravy with the right, you know, with a roast or whatever. You can't. The people that put it on, you know, everything. Can't.
What about chicken? Like a little gravy with your chicken?
Yeah. Acceptable.
Good looks.
What's the deal stateside? Is it adopted as an accompaniment to loads of... Because over here, up north, you put on everything.
We're not so much everything, but let's see. Turkey and gravy is a classic. Mashed potatoes with gravy, always a good look. And then, yeah, some like chicken with gravy or a roast with gravy, absolutely. Cielo getting it poured on here. Just trying to make an individual play out on towards A, but he was just the lurk. And he quickly saw, going to realize there's not a whole lot coming behind that. Especially as arrozdoce takes this space. It's all about this mid-thrust. It's all about this mid-front. They're all just playing together. Roman...
I don't know what was going on there, but I think he got a miscom from someone else. That just looked bizarre.
It did. It looked very weird. And now they're going to bring the pressure in towards A. Why not? Gutierrez feeling like he needs to make a play through this smoke. There's only 20 seconds, so if he can catch the timing here, That would be nice to slow them down. It's all under arrozdoce. Finds the one, not the second time enough to get this bomb planted. If they've got the presence of mind, and okay, with A main control, it's all the way of guns.
You can tell
Feasting
they
right
played
now, gravy or no.
You can tell they played so much CS because they're, at least of late, because they're just so crisp. Tinia does not miss. That is brutal. And it has been a bit of a tough half for Guns. But if they can get out of this with 6, it's pretty good going. It's a very competitive scoreline. No AWP again for sAw. At least got plenty of util. And Guns going back to the tried and true. Look at this. 4 outside of A. Molly's raining over. They're going to commit in. Tadame gets the opener. U-Jerks is felled as well. It's a whitewash. Site is cleaved open.
Looking good to close this half. And sAw find a way back in. Can they find the skeleton key to this setup? Looking a little dire here. Needs to harass and harry. Utility to stall. Here they go. First kill found. arrozdoce with an upgrade. For the headshots. Oh, I don't think they expect him. They're not going to clear. No, Mutiris in the nick of time. That couldn't have gone better. Now they're just going to get on the stick. They got to make the play through. Corey's been found, though, and through the smoke, everything connects for easy. He knows his lineups. He's not missing. It's sAw. We'll be right back. sAw at the half. And sAw need to get something going here early on, but in their favor, they're now on the T side of Anubis. That tends to work out well for teams.
It does. It does. But if we've learned anything from this qualifier so far, all bets are off when guns are playing. Nothing makes sense. We're rewriting the rulebook. And whatever way you cut it, guns are 7 rounds from a spot in the grand final.
That's crazy to think about. It's absolutely crazy to think about. We got a moment to think about it because the smoke has capped what sAw were hoping to do early on in this round. There's 3 players committed in towards A, so do sAw stick to their guns, or they rotate off of this? They seem determined. They seem a little stubborn, and you jerk seems a little dead. Now they know. Heavy presence on towards A. They're trying to go for the rotate, and they have beat the timing. Everybody from guns pulled off of this. So B is ripe for the taking. The bomb will need to transition still. But a kill in towards CT is going to make that a whole lot easier. Now Roman has guaranteed the bomb plant. It's getting chaotic. This is getting weird, but as we've seen, that's where guns thrive. 3 players about to explode out of the temple. Mutiras, their first reception. Good for it. Story and Roman chiming in for more. All falls to easy, and this time it'll be anything but.
Guns were just so committed to having numbers A. But they weren't really prepared for a B hit. Still though, important close of the round for sAw. They'll take a slim lead. Guns are actually going to eco this round. Look towards rifles in the following. In the meantime, our B stream game has finished. Monty 2-0 over Aurora.
Wow.
So the loser of this series will play Monty tomorrow at 3:30 Central Europe. Winner of that in the grand final to play the winner of this series.
Really good day for Monty. I mean, I think the Gamer Legion 2-0 is even more impressive, to be quite frank. 13-2 on Dust2 as well out from this Monty team. They've been a little all over the place. They've been a little up and down, but there's a lot of exciting names on the squad, and it is cool to see them start to gel.
Yep, well, we'll see them tomorrow. We haven't got to watch them yet on the A stream. But we will see them whatever happens. We'll be seeing all these teams again tomorrow.
We will. This one's clean from sAw, so again, a nice start to a half here from the Portuguese players. Investment going to come out here for guns. It's not going to be perfect. You got the SMG out. You got some limitations. Utility's not ideal. You don't have a kit. Well, CeeLo could buy one. Come on, then. Get us a kit. No kit. All right, we'll see if that costs them.
A reminder, guys, that Guns have also played a best of 5 today, and that best of 5 started 11.5 hours ago.
It's a long day. And they're getting right in the faces. Look at that flash timing. Roman wanted to peek in. Somehow hasn't been punished yet, but there's the kill. 2 players down, and now got to retrieve the bomb. That's what Jerks
they're actually quite
do.
lucky one of those guys wasn't holding the bomb. One of them must have dropped it on the way over. God, Tanir is just... He is just savage in this qualifier. Unrelenting.
I think, as you said earlier, he don't miss.
Will this info on A pay dividends in time? Zylo's just cleared the tunnels, but for now, him and SELLTER are a long way out.
Nice delete shot there from arrozdoce. And I'll know the bomb plant here. Everyone coming from CT. Volto's past the sweetest of rice. Jerks on the edge of the smoke. Does find one. Traded instantly. It falls to Mutiris. The veteran must keep this bomb ticking on. They don't have that kit, so he's got the luxury of time on his side. SELLTER with the tap, trying to bait the peak, but no one's on it just yet. Does he call their bluff? He does indeed! And oh! The spray down! 2 for the price of 1. Mutiris locks that round in his back pocket.
That is a huge step towards putting us onto Nuke, isn't it? Lose that, and we're pretty much all square. Okay. Level-headed Mutiris does the job. Does the job. And guns. Getting another slightly bizarre buy from Xylo. He goes a long way in. So, there's a bit of grunt behind this force buy. She called it a half buy. Pistol armor. And that flashbang. Fully blinded is arrozdoce. Story tries to trade. Can't come wide enough. Why Molly such an open area?
Intimidation?
Maybe it didn't work. He just gave him some extra coverage to swing behind.
Yeah. I think the intimidation right here might be on the side of... Oh, what?
He thought he was in the smoke. I think Easy's actually exposed on his right shoulder if he's not facing.
Yeah. Okay, well, that looks a bit silly, but it's still looking like a phenomenal round for guns. Even better if they can catch this kill here. Drake's trying to drag this back. Roman's staying alive, though he is getting chased. He knows it now. He's done first. Looking for the next. Can't do it. It's all on Jerks. But Jerks has brought it down to a 1v1. 40 seconds. He's got the bomb. He's got the time. He's getting these numbers punched in. Offense secured. Jerks might have just saved their bacon. Tanir through the smoke, but oh no! Tries to pre-fire. Gives it away. And Tanir locks it down.
They're so audacious. So audacious. He actually come through that smoke after the bomb was planted. You jerks couldn't quite find an angle because of the box covering the jump through. But my golly. What a moment that was. Guns stay alive. They would have been ecoing here. But not the case. Full investment. AWP is out. SAW, look at their money. It is gone. Everything thrown behind this buy. Game is still on the precipice. And guns, they're going to fully give free and mid to clear?
Yeah. Light on both sides. That one
They need... it's really strange that Easy isn't using a smoke. Now he does. Oh, peaks too wide. Sadaim's here, but it's too late. They were so close, Mike, to making that work.
This has to be
They actually had all the right ideas.
It did indeed. Put them together fast enough, and... In case you're wondering, we've had a player drop out, which is why it shows 2 Taniers. 3 players surviving, 3 players saving, guns on through. Should allow them to buy in the next, but he's going to be a SAW round. And a punishing one at that. Double digits on the board. It's crazy that one smoke in towards mid drew 3 of them towards it. We've kind of seen it from guns, I would say. They like to play with the numbers, right? You see it, especially on the T side, pretty much every take was with 4 or 5 players. Very rarely are they sort of working both peripheries at the same time. And even on the CT side, they're very quick to rotate. Very quick to mass up, bunch up. It's just part of that. They're still a pretty raw, fresh team, it seems. And so I do wonder if that's something that sAw is going to continue to abuse here in terms of sending little bits and drabs of utility to pull that fake, to pull those rotations.
But I think they would have got away with it. It's not. There's not that bad playing. Say you're playing CT Ancient, right? And you want to group mid and clear it. Well, if you have 2 smokes and you can smoke B ramp twice, you're pretty confident just to play one there and wait. You know, they're not going to commit with that smoke down. It's the same idea here. It's just that if Easy just hadn't peaked before his own smoke had bloomed, I think they would have got away with it. And they would have cleared mid and then had numbers B, maybe even with a flank. Thin margins as always. It's got to be said, man. Story has not put a foot wrong this series.
That does feel to be the case. Even on Dust2, when the rest of the team was getting battered, he was the guy who's fueling the comeback. Was making it happen. It's crazy, the tale of Story, if you will. He was on this team.
Yeah.
They decided he wasn't up to snuff. He got sent down to FTW. Brought Stododo back. And then he impressed so much in that FTW stint that they brought him back, and he has become an absolute star for them. Feels like a baseball player.
Isn't it? What's the tagline? It's like, not how you fall, it's how you get back up.
All right, Batman.
A story.
Master Wayne. What's your best Michael Caine accent?
I'm not sure I could do it.
You can't do Michael Caine. I can do a Michael
No.
Caine, and I'm not British. Come on now. I believe in you.
I'd have to listen to him a few times and then ask me again next map.
Just say his name like him. Michael Caine. It's not
I'm
how
not
we
even sure
fall,
what I'm doing
Mr.
there.
Wayne.
That's kind of like
It's how we
Cockney.
get back up. Michael Caine sounds like.
In your head.
In everyone's head. Michael Caine. Some men just want to
this A
watch the
aggression
world burn.
Isn't going to work. Okay, they get a trade. I thought they were both going to die.
Something out there. Cielo, though, keeps going. I mean, no one's watching for it. Mutiris just
But
caught.
they've lost mid.
This is so bizarre now. There's a player through mid on towards A. They've taken down this presence. They still have to be wary about the A main player coming back, but now the op is isolated out B and dropped down. Cielo's battling with everybody. It feels like they have to kill him to get a bomb plant, but indeed they will be able to, and everyone's still out of position for guns, so time to plant the bomb. But it is just going to be Roman trying to pull out this clutch now. Going to win an Oscar for this performance if he manages to pull out the clutch. I wonder how his Michael Caine accent is. Near out by the pillar. Oh, spotted the player. Now they know. Got the fight. Where does he expect a second? Manages to turn for it, but Tanir's there for the trade. And time enough for the defuse. Comes right down to the wire. But it's Guns walking away with it.
They just refused to die. That round was unbelievably hard to follow. Guns just make so many... They also leave so many gaps on the defense as well. By virtue of them loading up areas that... There's always a flank on a flank. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's CT and who's T with these guys. But they need a breakthrough. This whole half has been this story. They've got sAw down to the brink economically, but they haven't been able to fully break them. This could be the time.
Cielo. Oh, U-Jerks with the MAC-10. Fast one in. Now SELLTER under pressure. He's burning. He's flashed up. He's managed to get away from the flames. Gonna plant right under his nose. Only for his teammates. Trying to get some reinforcements. The spam not really working out for him. And now it's a full 4-on-4 retake. Not a lot of utility to get past these choke points. Story. Oh, fortunate to get away with that one. And now they're battling straight through, trying to take these guns away, trying to stop this retake before it even begins. Steim has a chance at a clutch. a chance to make this happen, but Roman will not allow it. Saw inch closer to the dub, inch closer to making this a 3-map series, just 2 away.
At some point, this camel's back is going to snap. As said, I mean, guns have really tried on this CT side. What a call from sAw to fight for control. They didn't want to get enveloped. They said, we need a good afterplant, and we're going to take it to guns. Pause comes in. I guess they might be debating a force because the sAw money is not good. It's a really tough decision. I think they should save. But it looks like they're going for the more aggressive approach. All in. All the chips are on red. There is a huge payoff if they can get this to work.
I was going to say, would you expect anything else based on what we've seen from them this qualifier?
Absolutely not.
Also,
Tanier's the AWP and not easy. So Tanier's the scout and not easy. What's going on there?
Well, he could afford it, you see. Oh, what? 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 Okay, man advantage here. However, it's come. It has come. But look at this. Through middle. Oh, they have no idea. They have no idea Mutirus is here.
But will they take the bomb past Easy?
He has to know that Easy's dropped down, right? Oh, no, actually, they don't. It was the kill from a main?
I actually don't know. It might have been from mid.
This is going to get very strange. Because Easy dropped out of the window. I think
they
that
definitely
might
know.
have been her.
Look at how slow U-Jerks and Roman are moving. They know that a player could be, around. The safest move is to join up in mid.
He's going. He's going now. Oh, and Roman was ready for it. That is a spot of the bomb, so maybe some information, but the Molotov goes in. They're going to go fast in towards A. They're expecting somebody here, but there's actually no resistance. Mutirus now on the angle. That might just have done it. That might just have sealed the deal. Bomb's going to be planted. And CeeLo and Sadama justify this. No kit. No money to spare. Give it a look. The Deagle won't connect. And it falls to just CeeLo, who's going to back away. So little to save into the next round, but something at the very least, hoping that that rifle will land in his mitts. But it's not to be.
Been an absolute brawl, but sAw are on the brink now. Sending us to nuke. It was a risk to go in for the force buy. At times there, they had a man advantage. It looks like they might solve the Rubik's Cube, but these mid lurks for sAw are about to win them this map. Check out the buy. 5 MP9s. And an A stack to boot. Come on, sAw. Get it done. Done the hard work.
That's one way to do it with the HE. arrozdoce trying to guarantee this one. Doing a great job of it. Chewing up 3. Staying easy. They've brought a lot of magic to a lot of these rounds. They got any more juice here? No. For the first. No. For the second, it's labored, but eventually they will bring this to a close. 13-8 for sAw. We are going the distance. We are going to the third. And now, this is kind of interesting where we're headed next, Alan, because we are headed to Nuke. Nuke has been one of sAw's strongest maps. It was their strongest map in the Cologne run. They bested a lot of very good teams on it. But we've also seen guns come out blazing on this map.
There's only you. When I step out,
That was a little bit of time. Thanks for being with us there, folks. We're into the final map of play here today. sAw and Guns. Only one of these teams can book their spot today in the final of this qualifier. Jerk's gonna get run down en masse. Here comes the death ball. 4 players in towards the ramp. They're making no secret of this. Straight on through, and wow, you Jerks will collect his first. He needs a bit more help. Roman will assist. And Gareth Saddam. And Story chipping in as well. This is falling apart quickly.
Was that can't have been where that smoke was?
Gives
I guess it falls
CeeLo
down
a little
for,
bit to
for the
fight
doorway,
from.
but he's a dead man, and Tanier was outer during all of this. He's just come to join his teammate, but he was way out. What's
he was
just
trying to
happened
go
there?
for the knife. Roman was trying to go, so if you hide there, they'll open the door and you'll be behind the door, right? And he was trying to hide there and then go for the knife. And he was just a little too wide.
We respect the effort.
Oh, all good. That must have looked rather funny from the other perspective. Commanding pissed around for salt. No bomb plant for guns. So, single deagle investment. Otherwise, not a whole lot to show in this round. See if they can get any damage off these Glocks. Glocks.
Okay.
Arrozdoce
has decided to take matters into his own hands.
Well, lobby control at this point. You got CeeLo on the roof, but they don't have to really worry about anything this outside fight. And they're going to fancy their chances having the rifles. Nothing doing. A Glock on a silo. And that's not to be. Clean as a whistle. Started even to buy a gun that round. He was so confident.
Okay. The thing that still sticks in my mind from this map yesterday with guns is the easy rounds. The round where he came out of heaven was something else. Had various no scopes and what we'll describe as barbaric plays. I need to see that man on the big green as early as possible. Doesn't have it here, but yeah, he was the best part about their nuke.
Unfortunate. Tanier, I think, was a little further along that smoke than he expected to. Imagine there was a gun barrel or a hand sticking out, and
Are we going or not?
him.
I guess not.
I think the loss of Tanier caught them a bit off guard. In towards ramp they go instead, where they will find an AWP. Story spots a whole lot. Like some help. It was a little lackluster from Jerks. But still, they know an op rests down below, so they want to try and fight in towards hell instead. arrozdoce is lord of this domain for the moment.
Well, SAW are quite convinced it's not going to be low how they're posturing. They have left Roman solo on A. If he gets caught, it could cascade. His teammates are just now walking into the elbow to clear ramp. Materis, very timely move back into heaven. Roman, I thought he had the catch, doesn't find the frag. Even Stevens now. Molly keeps Materis out of the game. Oh, the Molly goes down the... No way! What's going on?
Oh, bomb just goes down. arrozdoce tries to deny it. I don't think he realizes CeeLo is so close. Now he knows. He has punished, and it's Story with an eagle to polish things off.
Did two Mollies really just airburst over the gap where the ladder comes up, so it didn't interact with the ground? And that's I can't believe that.
Yeah.
And nor could guns. I mean, they weren't. I don't blame them. They weren't looking heaven. They threw two Mollies. Oh my. Okay, there is a rebuy with the loss bonus and the plant money. Leave them a little bit exposed when it comes to utility. Now they've dumped their initial bout. Must have some for cross smokes. And so we're going to fight. Mutiris is in secret. Story's nearby in garage. They want to dual guns before they get down.
Success on the first one. Mutiris. Unchecked entirely. 2 out of it. Nicely done. Could have played the patience game, but that does indeed work out for him. The bomb's down below, but it's completely isolated. sAw was supposed to be the lurker, and he does succeed in doing so. Oh, no, he doesn't have the bomb. This reposition from Jerks could catch them off guard. They'll have to break the window or open a door. So, strong position now to play from. Crossfire established. There's that window break. And a quick cleanup from the 2 young guns.
Beautiful. Story gets 1 catch. Mutiris is unchecked. Second kill is brutal for Mutiris. And from there, the round it's practically theirs. First pause in for guns. They're going to have a discussion. Another round without a plant. So an investment is off the cards, surely. Best case scenario is a half buy for the CIS squad. It's been a little bit flat so far, of course. Got a heck of a long way to go, but we're so used to this team being vibrant and punchy that it's catching us off guard a little bit.
All it takes is one magical Deeg round, it feels like. One breakthrough Deeg play. The magic can happen. They'll be hoping it's now. Tech 9's out. They pressured outside a lot early on, it feels like. With less than stellar weaponry at times. And sAw have been more than happy to meet them in this occasion. This time, Mutiris wants to flirt with the edge of the smoke. Don't know if I fancy his chances there, but with no presence towards secret, this might just allow the bomb down lower. No one's adjusting just yet. Mutiris? They're really confident that this isn't actually going lower yet.
AWP's not the
They're
gun for this fight. The AWP is not the gun for this fight that's going to come.
P250, though, certainly is. 8's down lower. Man, they really expected this. Still no adjustment to defend the potential for a secret play. Just Story. Combat opping here in heaven. He's finally given it up. So stubborn. Just refused to give up the positioning. Oh, and the bomb's still trying to get through from Mini. So might get a backstab on. Does indeed. What? It's chaos! And SELLTER nearly makes this happen. We said it just takes one explosive deagle play. It might have been the Tech 9s there, but somehow sAw survived.
This team.
Nuts. Insane. I mean, also just the stubbornness from Story. P250 is the first. Ops the second. Pulls out the note, like, hits the ladder play. Like, what? He just refused to drop down.
I kind of admire it. And look at this. Top spawn gets aggressive. Easy is here. He's not posted. He catches the jumping player. Story has come to play today. He has been a bastion on the defense for sAw. He's got this map off to the perfect start.
All right, Easy. You've pulled out some bonkers highlights, some crazy plays. I don't know how you would possibly do this one. It would be the best highlight yet.
Has sAw taken their namesake to the pumpkin?
I think they have. Wait, okay, hold on. That's like 3 levels deep of this metaphor of the Cinderella run. They've already turned into the pumpkin, which would mean that the run is over. And now the sAw is going into the pumpkin?
I think you're overanalyzing this. But
for reference, if you don't know the Cinderella story, a pumpkin gets turned into a carriage by her fairy godmother, and then at midnight it turns back into a pumpkin. So is the clock striking midnight? Is that what you're saying, Alan?
Like all good writers, it's open to interpretation. It's ambiguous. It could be before it turns into the carriage.
They're pre-slashing the tires of the carriage in pumpkin form. Hold on. If we're already using magic to transform one object into another object, would mutilating the first object have any impact on the outlook of the second object? He's just run right past him! Roman! That's very fortunate for
My
Easy.
brain has just been mutilated.
He just sprinted fast. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
we're getting hit in the Twilight Zone, aren't we? What's going on?
Oh boy. I mean, it's late for these players, right? It's 10:30.
Still can't believe Guns started a series at 10 a.m. European time.
Yeah, they've been
Best of
playing CS
5.
for 12 hours today.
Oh my lord.
Their brains have to be mush, especially after a 6-0 start going against them. Oh boy, Easy gone. Saved all that effort to get the off alive. And the next, and
Let's not talk about that.
not much.
That's not going well.
It's not going well at all for Mutiris. It's had a nice start to this nuke, but ooh! Get out of there, arrozdoce! I'll get the kill, but not the gun he was hoping for. That would have been the bomb as well if he caught the AWPer. SELLTER.
He is lucky there wasn't another player coming, in the lobby doorway. Would have been killed.
This has to be a mini play, right? They can't risk crossing outer.
They might let SELLTER walk, take first contact.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Whoa. Dead to rights on that, and now 2 pistols. Not long for this world. MAC-10, kind of just like a bigger, slightly bigger pistol.
Yeah. I guess so. I wouldn't say that too loud to airport customs, but
I mean, I think if I'm bringing a pistol or a MAC-10, they're not going to be happy with me. It's actually one of the funniest things in U.S. airports to me. It's funny in the terrifying way. Is that there's always this like voiceover announcement before you go through security. It's like, please remember to remove firearms from your carry-on baggage. They cannot travel with you onto the plane. And I'm always like, if you've forgotten it, please remember to check now. And it's just like, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine just forgetting that you had a firearm in your carry-on. Just mind-boggling.
Well, Saddam here has forgotten his firearm. Hasn't used it all game so far. We're getting into panic stations territory, aren't we, for guns?
Yeah.
We need a round. We need... it's another one from a deficit here, so we're going to need some magic. 2, and what have we got? Lobby. Roman's found 1. Lobby's fully cleared. I mean, they know about Mutiris, but rooting him out is a different story.
That was the bomb spotted. If you needed any additional confirmation, Ujerix is rotating through control right now. They're going to have a heck of a crossfire. arrozdoce down, but still a lot to deal with, and that's the bomb drop. Should not be possible, and indeed it will not be for Easy. The thing that's wild right now is, okay, if this was a first-round matchup and we hadn't seen what we'd seen from Guns so far this qualifier, and you were telling me that this was a scoreline between sAw and the number 80th ranked team in the world, it would make so much sense. But because of what we've seen over the last couple days, and even earlier in this series,
Yes.
this feels so disappointing.
It was also they absolutely bodied Sashi and NIP on Nuke.
Yeah.
Who maybe not as good as sAw, but it should at least compel us to think that Guns can play a competitive game. It's getting a bit ugly here. It's not looking good. Exploding out of ramp.
Here.
I can trap Ujerix. Maybe there's something going. They have found Story. Ujerix is so low. Okay, game on.
Hold on. There's still Roman to deal with, though, and they may not expect him lower. Yeah, here comes the smokes. I don't think they're going to expect him to be already this far forward. What? Okay, 2 found. Looking for the 3rd, and he's got it as well. A little shaky on that first fight, but Roman brings it through. Keeps it going clean for sAw, as this is turning into a beatdown. sAw feeling some vindication for Dust2, perhaps, in this one.
So on your US airport handguns,
Okay.
I have a good one, similar thing in the UK. So
Okay.
my dad works for the scientist, but he, strictly speaking, he works for the government, I guess. And you have to sign paperwork about security stuff. He handles radioactive materials, so very stringent. And they have a box mic where they have to declare that they're not a terrorist on the form.
That'll stop him.
Tick this box if you are not a terrorist.
I appreciate that. It's really nice to have stringent security protocols here. Story down early isn't the worst result here for guns. They've got secret, and again, we saw this previously. Sometimes sAw a little slow to react to the possibility of the secret play.
With Mutira so close to the entranceway, they might not be
That's
respecting
nice.
it. That is just egregious.
That's just a nice find.
Well, they've got
Just
the
a
info
timing
now.
spam.
Mutiris' flank is going to be so early.
And they're stalling out. They're stalling out just a little bit. That's going to allow Mutiris the time to get ever closer. There's the first. Bomb's not planted yet. Fighting back into Decon. What are they hoping to do here? Well,
How did he not
Get
hit a
some
bullet?
kills.
Every single one missed.
I don't know. But now it is just the planter. Easy needs a clutch. It'll be anything but. No, he's off that. The window to do. Mutiris getting run down here. All right. Force the issue on the reload. Last thing that Mutiris expected. But it falls to Roman. The clutch of the last might just do it again.
No way.
Easy, you don't have time for this. Does he have time for this? At a dead sprint, I think he's just gonna have time to get this bomb planted. Let's go on board with Easy here. Oh, second to spare. Easy as. What more could you want? Flashbang's over. Roman's already up the vent. Is he playing smoke? Who flinches first? Does Roman just wait the fate? Oh, he's gone through! Tried to catch the timing, but Roman holds his nerve, and it's back-to-back clutches for Roman.
It's one of those rounds that Easy would have won yesterday.
Yeah.
In an empirical fashion. Oh, wow. The thing is, you can probably hear in our tones, we're not even like... Yeah, guns are getting bodied. I mean, this isn't really a competitive map, but they've already played such a great qualifier that we're just like, so be it, you know? They've had so much fun. We've enjoyed watching them. If they're going to lose this and have to play an extra game tomorrow, so be it.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be disappointed.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, again, considering how long they've been playing, the fact that they already played a BO5 finals today, you could imagine there's an element of just running out of steam. Well, they're going to try and get that engine fired up again. SELLTER gained some purchase here. And he's lost said purchase. He's returned his purchases. Oh, they keep walking smokes. That is really not a winning formula here. sAw have learned to just never take your eyes off them, especially when they're fading, Tanier. Especially when they're fading.
How are guns gonna win this round? They have no nades. They need to go fast. They need to rush. They have no alternative. You can't throw out across smokes. You don't have any. Yeah, they're tilt buying. No doubt.
Well, it is the last round of the half, so what can you do at this point? Maybe
Well,
sacrifice
in
a
terms
rifle.
of the way they've bought isn't a way to win a
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
It's just because... again, the scoreline speaks for itself. It's this series is over.
Decidedly so. Unless Look, it's already been such an improbable fairy tale run.
Oh, wait, it would truly be...
It's already been such a wild affair. Oh, Alan.
It'd be the most unbelievable comeback I've ever seen. They win this.
Story tagged up. Smoke to cover off the ramp.
I don't know how they win this round. They're going to struggle to execute. Their flashes have to be incredible as they go in.
Oh, airburst molly. That's not great. That's not great. Missed the hut molly. They're down lower. Mutira's trying to adjust to this, but he's been checked. There's a couple kills. I know how they win this round. It's control of the lower site. Roman trying to deny it. He's had a few clutches already. Might need another one. In they go to this retake rapidly. So, Ujerks and Roman chiming in. It's a 2v1 now. It's time. Out of position. When do they stick the defuse? Who is it who pulls off? Oh, there's the shot up close. Story's pulled off of this. Oh, up shot not on. Stime's got the first. A 1v1. Another clutch needed from Roman, but this time the time's against him. The clock's against him. And Stime, I think he might have done enough. Oh, he has indeed. Finally, Roman falters in one of these. There is one round on the board, and may just be the first of many.
Nothing else can compare. And higher we fly, admire the beautiful things you do. And higher we fly, desire these moments just with you. With you, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh. Never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you. Hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you. Hold on. Never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you. Hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you. Hold on. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you. Hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you.
And we are back for what could be a very brief half. Guns, it's been a magical run. It's been a Cinderella story. It's been incredible. They pulled upset after upset. They played some crazy maps of Counter-Strike, crazy individual plays. But Can't win this pistol. That could be all she wrote.
It's worth saying they're not out. They just have to play the lower bracket final tomorrow, with the prospect potentially of making the grand final later in the day. Easy. Finds 2. Zello back here. One for himself. And Teniers just push lobby. Look at that. Brutal. About to double their round count.
Unless Story has something to say about it.
And
He's been deadly
would
through the
be
series.
Painful to lose this.
It would indeed. Shouldn't be possible. This spot from SELLTER is a nightmare to clear. Really should not be possible. He's even going to have the awareness to check it. He will, indeed, but SELLTER has the crosshair placement. So, doubled up their round count. And so the comeback begins, Alan.
They've won 2 rounds in a row. Okay. Well, this one should make it free. Not too many problems. I guess if we keep building the comeback, we can will it into existence.
We can will it into existence. Look, guns, they don't know when to say quit. They're pretty crazy. If you'll remember as well, there was an 11-1 scoreline on Dust2. SAW managed to drag that back to an 13-7. Make it at least respectable. Who's to say guns can't take it a step further? Oh, don't drop. Don't die outside. Bail, SELLTER. Bail. 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 It ain't worth the risk. That's a bomb. Now there's very little risk.
It's all good. Can't see much else.
The player just got on T-roof. The T-roof dropped back over. All right, sure. They're running it down. They are making sure none of these Glocks are escaping their sight. And it is clean for the guns.
Guns might do something unorthodox. Given what they're carrying into this. 2 M4s, 1 FAMAS, pair of MP9s, no orb, obviously on easy. Could poise themselves to do something like Crunch Lobby, but now it's a pretty default stance. sAIm has actually gone straight into Secrets. They've given ramp. And Roman's just found that kill straight through the squeaky smoke. That is not the start the CIS team wanted. Yeah, quick look at that. They know ramp's open because sAIm is lower. Good call, good call.
Nice read. Now pressure on. sAIm is trying to hold him at bay, but down he goes. It's gonna get here from Decog. What a shot from Jerks. Oh, this is a disaster. This could be all over now. Numbers getting punched in through the smoke. And here's making a play. Oh, he's just gonna walk the smoke. And that serves him up on a silver platter. Easy. You gotta get out of here. Nothing left to do, unfortunately. Gets one. But will not be able to find anything more. 12-3. 9 chances to close this one out, and not much to defend from it.
Seems inevitable at this point. But, yeah. I mean, credit a lot to sAw, honestly. The first map would have been so frustrating. There were times on Anubis where it looked like it was going to be very competitive, but towards the end, sAw were formidable, and clearly the form they come out with on Nuke, the intent is that they just are making Atlanta. That's the way they're playing at the moment. They will not be denied. And how many of these 9 chances are they going to need? My guess, honestly, is 1. It's a very bizarre round because sort of smoked outer. Guns have the info because they have SELLTER aggressive, but Easy's still low. He needs to be up sight. He needs to be helping his teammates. I don't like this, Mike. I think they've read it wrong. I don't know what's happened, but these players are not in the right positions.
Now they've gone down lower. The bomb's committed. It's dropped down on towards B, so now Easy's got oversight on it. Oh, and he's losing teammates. His back is undefended. He's got to reposition. He's at risk of getting pinched. Oh, Easy. Arrozdoce is gone.
Full damage. Must have been.
Yep. Limping into it. Bomb is going to get planted. It's a 2-on-2. They may not know where these players are coming from either. They may not be ready for it, but Roman certainly is, and Mutiris will finish it off. It's SAW all the way. They got taken the distance. They got pressured massively. I think they may have gotten a little bit of a smack over on Dust2, but it is ultimately SAW who triumph. It's SAW for our first team in that grand final of the qualifier. Tomorrow we'll drop down to that lower bracket final.